Today I'm putting NFL players back onto their college teams. That means Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase will now be rejoined by Justin Jefferson at LSU. Myles Garrett will run the defense, Devon Achane will run the rock at Texas A&M, while Ohio State boasts simply the deepest wide receiver room you're ever gonna see. Yes, this is actually happening, and yes, this is actually Madden 26. Unfortunately for my console friends, this is a full PC mod. It was created by a member of the Madden modding community called Orchestra, and man, this thing is insane. Jerseys, logos, field designs, it's all here. The mod also originally came with a college football roster, portraits, and everything. You know I had to get in there and do some tweaking of my own, though. I just can't help myself. Plus, I wanted to make this roster because I'm not really a college football guy, so I figured let's mix it with the NFL. Now, the big thing I need to point out off rip, I had no say, no control as to which teams are included in this mod. The creator decided on 32 teams, put in all the work, and that's that. Obviously, that means we miss out on certain teams. I would say Wisconsin is the big one that jumps out to me missing, but again, it's hard to complain since I wasn't the one putting in the time or effort to make this whole thing. The one problem that is apparent with the predetermined colleges, and again, I'm not complaining, but some teams simply don't have enough quality NFL players to make a good team. Vanderbilt only had 16 total players eligible, and yeah, 73 overall being their best, and that was nothing compared to South Florida, who has only 8 players on their roster. Obviously, both these teams I'm showing not good. I really wasn't able to salvage them at all, so they won't be a part of the main section of this video. I did say salvage though intentionally, because if we go to a team like Memphis, they also only had a handful of quality NFL players, but Tony Pollard, Kenny Gainwell, Jake Elliott, definitely higher overall. I felt like we had to make this team legit. To do that, I went ahead and filled out their roster, especially positions that needed players, with random low overall free agents. I had to do this for quite a few teams to make them eligible for the video, but in my mind, if a team can win a game with like a 56 overall quarterback, I mean, it must mean the rest of their roster's pretty good, so good for them. But here we go. Using this mod, this roster, this setup, there was only one thing we could do for this video: a March Madness style college football simulation, do or die matchups. The top 2 seeds get a first round bye. And that is the final bit of explaining I had to do. Since this roster setup isn't eligible with franchise mode, I had to figure out a different way to seed our teams. And to do that, I decided to simply compare the top end talent on each roster. So Alabama has 10 total 90 plus overall players, plus another 12 80 plus overalls. Yeah, that is far and away the most, so they got the 1 seed. I seeded our other teams using that line of thinking. Is it the best way to create a bracket? Probably not, but it should leave us open to the potential for a pretty cool Cinderella run. Now, let's get into it, shall we? And since Alabama gets a bye, our first matchup is the 16 versus 17 seeds on the left-hand side of our bracket. Miami, led by Greg Rousseau, Calais Campbell, the veteran. Man, they got some pass rushers, and they've got Cam Ward under center. That is a solid team. They'll be taking on the University of Tennessee, Trey Smith, Darnell Wright. It's a good pass rush against good pass protection, I suppose. Jawan Jennings, Alvin Kamara, some decent weapons. Josh Dobbs under center, or maybe they start Joe Milton. Either way, it's a 68 overall QB. I don't know about that. And here we go, our very first game of the tournament. Everybody cross your fingers that my PC does not explode. This is my first time ever recording a video on it. Honestly, looks pretty smooth. This mod is insane. We've got the Miami logo. Oh, it looks so good. And we've got a 0-0. Can we get a touchdown here? Oh, and we finally get offense on the board. Joe Milton. It's not even offense. It's a pick 6. Well, you should have started Josh Dobbs, Tennessee. Wait a minute. Joe Milton kind of cooking. Miami has no offense this game. Milton found Josh Palmer for a touchdown. And after the Volunteers force a turnover, Joe Milton finds Cedric Tillman. Tennessee is cooking. And here we go, jumping into our first game of the video. It's a good finish. Queued up. 27-21. Miami is down. Cam Ward improvising. Checks down. It's dropped. I mean, Tennessee can end the game here with a stop. Basically, they should be able to chew the clock after third down. Cam finally gets a completion. I think that's a first. I can't believe that's not a first down. It's going to be a handoff, and it's good. Wow, barely. DJ Dallas, former Seahawk. I mean, yeah, that's a big first down pickup, but Miami needs to go down the field and score a touchdown. There's a big time completion. That is KJ Osborne, who's come down with the last 2 receptions, as Miami isn't a plus territory again. It's going to be David Njoku. Clock is stopped, though. Not the worst spot for Miami to be in. Cam Ward still out of that shotgun. Another first down completion. It's now 3rd and goal from the 3. Miami could run this ball. Instead, Cam Ward's going to sling it to his back, who gets hawked down in the open field. Damian Martinez, another Seahawk, kind of. He had one man to beat and couldn't do it. Tennessee's USC's defense comes through 4th down. Cam Ward's going to scramble. Cam Ward to the end zone. David Njoku jump ball. It's knocked away. It was there. It was a good attempt, a good drive by Miami. But in the end, it will be the University of Tennessee coming through a 6-point win. Definitely a good game to start this video. After that great game to start our video, we might get a blowout here. The Missouri Tigers, the 24 seed, it's not the greatest team, to be quite honest. Seahawk legend Drew Lock, Super Bowl champion Drew Lock, will be under center. Missouri's taking on the 9 seed USC Trojans, though. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Drake London, the weapons are very strong. Caleb or Sam Darnold, who gets the start for USC? I'm not sure, but man, this is a solid team. Okay, 3 plays into this game in Southern California, I get my answer. It's Caleb Williams starting, and he finds Drake London for a 47-yard touchdown. Yeah, that's a good way to start your run. Yeah, this game got ugly. 48 points put up by USC. They didn't even need my guy Sam Darnold starting at QB. 350 yards with 5 touchdown passes. Yeah, Caleb, that's a Heisman Trophy winner right there, folks. Unbelievable game. Amon-Ra and Juju were the big receivers. I mean, Drake London had 2 touchdowns. Wow, I might have underrated USC. This roster looks great. We move on to another potential blowout. The Arizona State Sun Devils, the 25 seed in this video. Brandon Ayuk, Cam Scadaboo's fun. I also did give them Jaden Daniels, by the way. I know Jaden, technically, his college in Madden is listed as LSU. That's where he finished his college career, but Arizona State needed a starting QB, so I thought it made sense. Anywho, it is the 8 seed Oklahoma Sooners on the other side. Lane Johnson. Oh my word. Look at that offensive line. They've got CeeDee Lamb, Nick Bonito. Yeah, Baker or Jalen Hurts. That is a very good team. And for some reason, we had heavy snow in Oklahoma as Baker and the Sooners made their debut. My decision to put Jaden on Arizona State was wise. I mean, he played well, 196 yards and 2 TDs through the air. But CeeDee Lamb and Hollywood Brown both hauled in touchdowns for Oklahoma. Nick Bonito had 3 sacks as the Sooners cruised to a W. As we move on to a team I mentioned in the intro, the 29 seed Virginia Cavaliers. I mean, they do have some talent, obviously, but 54 overall Bryce Perkins starting at QB. I don't know about that one, Chief. They get the unfortunate pleasure of facing LSU in the first round to Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson. I mean, what else do you need to see? They've got all pros on defense too. Yep, they're going to be a problem. And you know what? Full credit to Bryce Perkins and Virginia in this game. No, they did not win. No, I didn't think they actually would at any point, but only losing by 17 to this LSU squad is actually impressive. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, by the way, had 2 touchdown runs for the Tigers to lead the way on offense. And we'll keep it moving. The 20 seed on our bracket, the BYU Cougars, led by Puka Nacua, Fred Warner, a 97 overall duo. Unfortunately, their roster after that, I mean, it's not great. Shout out to Zach Wilson, though. I mean, maybe he goes on his Patrick Mahomes run right here, right now. I gave the Mississippi State Bulldogs the 13 seed in this video. They've got a good team. Jeff Simmons, Chris Jones wrecking havoc, Dak Prescott under center. Unfortunately, they've got no running backs and literally 1 receiver, Ladietrick Griffin. I've never heard of him. Yeah, that's not going to be great for Dak. Okay, BYU out to a good start. Who else? Puka Nacua on the receiving end of a touchdown pass. Can he really one-man team this? Oh my gosh, after forcing a turnover, Zach Wilson QB sneak. Maybe he's the one that's one-man teaming it, not Puka. And we do indeed have an upset brewing, a 3-score lead after Tyler Algier punches one in. Okay, Dak has finally got the Mississippi State offense rolling. They're down 10, but a chance to cut into that lead with about 5 minutes left. Dak finds a wide open receiver in the flats. Well, I mean, that could not have been easier. And now it's time for Zach Wilson, a legacy-defining drive. If BYU can kill clock, they might be able to win this game. Oh no, they're punting it back to Dak and the Bulldogs, who are going backwards, who turn it over on downs. Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. Zach Wilson sacked. Zach Wilson passed to Puka Nacua. Tyler Algier lost 3 on 4th down. Did they give it right back? Oh my goodness. Back-to-back turnover on downs. BYU needed 1 first down to clinch the game. They could have settled for a field goal. Instead, they give Dak another shot. And now we see, with basically no weapons, can Dak Prescott manufacture at least 3 to tie this game? BYU's defense trying to hold, but they won't. Mississippi State not using their final timeout, down to 50 seconds left. I don't know what their kicker situation is looking like either. I don't think they have a stud. Dak on the run throws a dot, and it's complete. Oh, that's big time. Are you serious? His one and only weapon, 64 overall Dak. Just don't make a mistake now. Oh, he's dealing. He is dealing. They burn their final timeout. Dak's X factor is cooking. Oh my goodness. Please win this game. I need to see it. The clutch play. Dak Prescott's gonna scramble in. What a legacy drive from the Dallas Cowboys pivot. Unreal, man. Mississippi State was technically the favorite in this matchup, so basically they avoided choking, but man, I thought they had that game lost. We move along to the 21 seed Ole Miss Rebels. Laramie Tunsil, AJ and DK are a pretty good receiving duo, but obviously their roster falls off, and Jackson Dart, can he make it happen at QB? They're taking on the 12 seed Oregon Ducks, who have insane top end talent. Gonzo and Penn Sewell, Justin Herbert under center, Bucky Irving in the backfield. They aren't as deep a roster as some others will see, but they should win this game. Okay, our first experience with the game kind of glitching out. I'm not sure what's going on with the graphics here, but Oregon does win 27-17. That's about all I can show you from that game. Okay, even though his face isn't loading here, Jackson Dart threw 4 interceptions. Unfortunately, I can show you that. Diamador Lenore had 2 interceptions. Christian Gonzalez had the other 2. So yeah, Oregon, good secondary apparently. Our final first round matchup on the left side of our bracket, 28 seed Memphis. I showed them in the intro. Obviously not the best roster, but they're okay, I guess. They're going to be in tough against the 5 seeded Notre Dame Fighting Irish with really good talent all over the place. Defense, offense, in the trenches, pretty good skill position players. Unfortunately, Riley Leonard is their best QB. He doesn't even have the correct portrait in this game. 67 overall. Can he make it happen at least for 1 win? Obviously, Memphis had solid running backs, but that's about it. Notre Dame's offense, even with Riley Leonard starting at QB, couldn't be stopped. Kyron Williams went all the way off, 135 yards with 3 TDs on the ground, literally a one-man show. And that gets through the round of 32 on the left side of our bracket. Coming up, we've got some good battles. USC, Oklahoma. Are you kidding me? LSU against Dak and Mississippi State. It's going to be good, but first we got to go to the right-hand side of our bracket. Because Ohio State gets a bye, we will start with the 15 versus 18 seed matchup on the right side of our bracket. Illinois, led by my boy Devon Witherspoon, Kirby Joseph. A really good secondary. Chase Brown is there too. I don't know if they'll have enough weapons though. Yeah, especially because they're starting Tommy DeVito, the Italian legend, the Italian stallion. Anyways, we'll see what he can do. Utah, on the other hand, has Garrett Bowles, Jalen Johnson, a couple 90+ overalls. That's not bad, but Tyler Huntley, Snoop Huntley, a Pro Bowler, is their QB. I mean, he's better than Tommy DeVito, to be fair. Unfortunately, another game that kind of glitched out. Couldn't watch the final few seconds, but Utah, they put it to them 38-21. That's a good dub. Moving along, we've got the 23 seed Iowa State Cyclones, led by Brock Purdy, Breece Hall, David Montgomery. Not bad, obviously, though. This team is very shallow. I could see a universe in which Iowa State upsets the 10 seed Texas Longhorns with Bijan Robinson, Sam Cosmi, Super Bowl champ Michael Dixon, punt goat, Byron Murphy as well. Let's go. Oh yeah, Texas. This is why they're ripe for an upset though. Quinn Ewers or Sam Ehlinger, that is not exactly a dynamic duo at QB. Just saying, in this video, I have seen Kyron Williams put his team on his back, Notre Dame, and carry them to a big victory, even with a lackluster QB spot. Can Bijan Robinson do something similar? Iowa State takes a lead. And out of the 2-minute warning, it's 2nd and 4. Both teams all 3 timeouts. Iowa State is driving. Brock Purdy drops back. Clean pocket. He's going to take off. He's going to get brought down. Okay, not a clean pocket. And here we go, 4th down. Texas, a chance to win the game on defense. Pull off the, well, not an upset, actually. They're the favorite in this matchup. Brock Purdy slings it confidently, and he hits his man. Iowa State almost into field goal range. I don't know if they've got a strong kicker. Brock Purdy throwing to the sideline. Another completion to Charlie. After picking up just 3 yards on 2 plays, the clock is ticking. Iowa State not calling a timeout. 3rd and 7. Texas defense could still make a play. Brought to the end zone, and it's picked off. Oh, he was going for the win on that play. We almost had our first legit upset of the video. It would have been crazy. Brock was driving too. Why did he force it? He was playing great this game too. 310 and 2 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions ends up being the backbreaker. And I called for a strong game from Bijan Robinson, 17 for 73 and 1. Yeah, he kind of did his thing for Texas. Our next matchup featuring the 26 seed Texas Tech Red Raiders, who have a little guy named Patrick Mahomes, Jordan Brooks on defense. After that, though, I mean, not much. Pat has like no weapons to work with. I assume they're going to be in tough against the Michigan Wolverines. Aiden Hutchinson. I just mentioned Nico Collins a second ago. Yeah, that's a pretty good team. Will JJ McCarthy be able to outduel Patrick Mahomes, though? He's got the better supporting cast for sure. But I guess not a surprise. Our first big upset in the first round did indeed belong to one Patrick Mahomes. Despite that lackluster supporting cast at Texas Tech, Pat tossed a pair of touchdowns, which is all the Red Raiders needed. Miles Cole wreaked havoc on defense as JJ9 McCarthy simply couldn't move the ball. What in the world? I feel like I saw that coming when I saw Patrick Mahomes, but like, come on, That should not have happened. Well, since we got one big upset, we might as well get another. The Indiana Hoosiers, the 30 seed, the bottom team in our tournament. Yeah, no chance, right? They are taking on the Georgia Bulldogs with Matty Stafford, James Cook, and oh, come on, let's just skip through this game. Our lowest remaining seed, Indiana, actually showed pretty well despite being heavily overmatched. They scored a couple of touchdowns. You know, that's not bad. Old man Stafford, though, had 230 and 2 through the air. James Cook had a pair of rushing touchdowns, while Ladd McConkey, he was catching everything thrown his way. Let's get back to what should be a good game here. The 19-seeded Cincinnati Bearcats, Sauce Gardner, old man Travis Kelce, Alec Pierce, they've got some receiving weapons. Trey Tucker. Can Desmond Ridder be that guy, though? I mean, I kind of doubt it, but he's not bad. On the other side, Florida State, led by a pair of 90-plus overall secondary pieces, Jalen Ramsey, Derwin James, Brian Burt. Oh, Florida State's kind of good. They don't have many receiving or offensive weapons, but Jameis Winston, he can make it happen with anyone. Oh yeah, Jameis Winston just built different. He's got his Florida State Seminoles up a touchdown with 2 minutes left. Desmond Ridder, can he do it? I kind of doubt it. Out of the 2-minute warning, he did hit a first down completion to Travis Kelce. I mean, I expect Cincinnati to get downfield a bit here, but to complete the drive with a touchdown, oh my word, that was a dot. Are you kidding me? Desmond Ridder into a tight window in the clutch. What am I watching? Oh my gosh, of course he would do that. Of course, on the very next play, he'd throw a back-breaking pick. After what was a clear dot, Florida State's defense comes through. Ironic considering Jameis Winston's penchant for throwing picks. Oh yeah, Jameis had 2 in this game as well, but it was Desmond Ridder. That was ultimately the backbreaker. Just 2 more games on the right side of our first round bracket. The Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, I mean, their best player is Darren Waller. I'm not really sure what else we need to see. They did not have a quarterback, so Brett Rippon or Tim Boyle. Yeah, let's see if you can win with them. On the other side, Texas A&M, I mentioned them in the intro. Myles Garrett, Matt Abike, their defensive line looks crazy. Mike Evans, Devon Achane, they have some pretty good weapons on both sides. And I did give them Kyler Murray, similar to what I did with Jaden Daniels. Instead of having Kyler sit on the bench in Oklahoma, why not let him play? He did take some snaps at Texas A&M. Offense hard to come by for both teams. It's eventually, though, Texas A&M getting on the board. Devon Achane, I name-checked him for a reason. Yeah, Georgia Tech can't move the ball at all. Kyler Murray to Mike Evans, 17-yard touchdown. This game's over. I'm calling it early. Ends up being a nice fat blowout. Georgia Tech, to their credit, did score 1 touchdown. Good job, I guess. Kyler Murray back at Texas A&M was pretty good, 260 and 1, while Brett Rippon threw 3 interceptions. On the ground, my guy Devon Achane, 69 yards, not the most efficient game, but 2 touchdowns got it done. Mike Evans, 7 for 116 and 1. Texas A&M, everybody came through, including, oh right, Von Miller's on this team. Him and Myles Garrett both getting to the QB plenty of times. That's a good team. In our final matchup of the entire first round, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, Levante David, Cam Taylor-Britt, and not much else. They're taking on Penn State, who I made the 6th seed thanks to Micah Parsons, Saquon Barkley, Jaquan Brisker, a lot of talent. Heavy snow was coming down in Penn State, but that didn't slow down the home team. A shutout win, Saquon carried the offense on his back with 127 and 2 scores. Micah Parsons had 1 of 7 total sacks. And just like that, we are on to the Sweet 16. From the right side of our bracket, we're going to have Texas versus Texas Tech. That's a lot of fun. We've got some obvious heavyweights still alive. That just means we've got a lot of runway still to go. We're surely going to get some crazy finishes here down the stretch. And we'll start by welcoming in the 1 seed Alabama Crimson Tide. I mean, easily the best roster we're looking at. They've got a little bit of everything everywhere. I will say though, I mean, it does have to be mentioned, Bryce Young being their best QB, 78 overall, he can surely get the job done, but obviously that could be better. It took a little bit longer than expected, but Bama's offense finally comes through in this game. Bryce Young to Devontae Smith. This game is over, however. Yeah, you know, a 25-point win, looks dominant, looks great, looks like what we would have expected. Okay, only 1 interception. I swear I saw Bama turn the ball over a couple more times. Okay, never mind. They're dominant. They're perfect. What do you want me to say? Moving on, this might just be game of the video. The 9 seed Trojans against the 8 seed Sooners. This has to go down to the wire. Oklahoma gets on the board first. Baker Mayfield to Marvin Mims. This game has been all defense. OU finally gets another TD. It's Baker to Marvin Mims again. And USC's offense just doing nothing this game. Baker probably just put the nail in the coffin. In garbage time, Caleb finds Amon-Ra St. Brown, but unless they convert a pair of onside kicks, they need a miracle. Oh my word, they get 1. You don't see that very often on Madden 26. I don't think it's going to matter though. I'm not even going to watch the slow sim. Yeah, okay, that was a little bit crazy, but Oklahoma does hold on. Baker Mayfield, 313 and 3 TDs. He also added one on the ground. 2 interceptions, though, is kind of crazy. As we come through to see the big bad LSU Tigers hosting the Mississippi State Bulldogs. LSU wastes no time out the gates. Dude, Clyde Edwards-Helaire playing like he's back at college. Okay, Dak Prescott trying to make it happen in the clutch again. A touchdown pass. LSU's offense isn't great this game. In fact, they've only produced 16 points for the entire game, and now the game rests in the hands of their, albeit talented, defense. Dak Prescott, can he do it again? Playing with a bunch of nobodies, with all due respect, can Dak Prescott lead with no timeouts, a game-tying drive? He's got a couple completions, breaking a tackle as his receiver. Derek Stingley is lurking in the LSU secondary. Daniil Hunter coming off the edge. They've got playmakers. Dak Prescott has protection. He's going to find another first down and out of bounds. And unfortunately, Madden, no huddle offense. What is that? I mean, Mississippi State, they're just burning. They are literally just burning clock. Dak, you've got to go deep. He does go deep, incomplete. I have seen pass interference calls before, so LSU's got to play this safe. Good protection for Dak. He's no way. No way. Why didn't he throw it? Madden, you're cooked, man. I don't know what's happening to this lethal, what should be lethal LSU Tigers passing offense. Mason Taylor leading them in yards and catches like Joe. Maybe get Justin and Jamar involved. Just a suggestion. Final Sweet 16 matchup on the left side of our bracket. Notre Dame versus Oregon. And unfortunately, we get another favorite winning a game rather convincingly. Oregon, only 9 points, really? Kyron Williams had 13 for 44 and 1. Riley Leonard added a rushing TD. Yeah, they're just not passing the ball, and it's working for them. And unfortunately, which I say because I always like chaos, we get all the favorites winning, advancing off to the Elite Eight, the 1, 4, 5, 8 seeds. I mean, it couldn't have gotten more predictable than that, but you know, it's fine. Those teams are very good. They earn their spot. Maybe we see an upset on the other side. For example, could we see the number 2 seed Ohio State Buckeyes in their debut get upset? They are going up against number 15 Utah. I kind of doubt it. Look at all these wide receivers. Very similar to Alabama, though. Is CJ Stroud good enough to lead them to the promised land? Everything else is perfect around it. The first half was rough, but Ohio State does look like they're in a rhythm now. Quinshon Judkins giving them a 2-score lead, and CJ Stroud would throw one more touchdown down the stretch as the nail in the coffin. The Buckeyes do not get upset. And from Ohio State, we move on to see Patrick Mahomes trying to take down Texas. It's an in-state battle of Texas here. The Red Raiders already one upset in their portfolio this video. Unfortunately, Quinn Ewers too. Well, that's not Gunnar Helm. They open the scoring. Oh, and we finally get a game-breaking play. 71 yards by Bijan Robinson to the house, and this game is officially broken. Patrick Mahomes and his lack of weapons were simply not able to get anything done in this game. Only 17 points. That's what Texas needed for the win. As next up, Florida State, Jameis Winston, can they take down the University of Georgia? Oh my goodness, after a safety and a field goal, Florida State puts up 6. Trey Benson and the Seminoles take a lead. Okay, Florida State was trying to hold on. Didn't work. Matt Stafford to George Pickens. Yeah, 47 yards. That's how you do it. I don't know how this is happening, but Jameis Winston and the Florida State Seminoles are within a touchdown. Just over 2 minutes left. Georgia's got some dogs on defense, but Jameis is also a dog. Maybe not, but you know Jameis is not going to be deterred. 4th and 10, game on the line. I fully expect him to pick up this first down. Look at the pass protection holding Jameis Winston. I think they got it. Is Georgia actually going to choke right now? That would be like, that would not have been in my bingo card, on my bingo card. But anyways, Jameis, another completion. We have got just 45 seconds left. Florida State holding on to that timeout. Just don't throw a pick, Jameis. I am so scared. He's doing it, man. What is going on? Timeout, Florida State, their final one. They are at the half-yard line. Dude, what if they score and go for 2? Jameis Winston dropping back into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles. What am I watching? Oh, and they're doing it. They are doing it, ladies and gentlemen. My voice is already gone in case you haven't noticed. They might be. They're gonna. Come on, Georgia, your defense, man. So many stars. Jameis dropping back. So much time. Oh my goodness. They just did it. He's throwing to nobody. I can't. I don't even know. Jameis Winston, insane, throwing to nobody's. Here we go. Florida State, you have to lock in. Derwin James, Jalen Ramsey. Interception! in. No freaking way. Just go down. Oh my word. A pick six after a clutch drive and 2-point convert. I think that was the same guy, Renardo Green, who intercepted the pass earlier. Dog, Florida State. They're the Cinderella story. I sound so terrible. I don't know what is happening to me. I think I'm getting sick. I'm overexcited from that game. Matt Stafford, what a choke. That's insane. I don't think we're going to top that game this video, but our final Sweet 16 matchup, Penn State, Texas A&M. We finally get our first touchdown this game. Kyler to Mike Evans. There's 2 minutes left in the third quarter. What is going on? Oh, and now they're opening it up. Kyler to Mike Evans. Again, that duo has been dynamic, and Penn State's lack of a quarterback finally comes back to haunt them. A really easy victory for Texas A&M. Saquon Barkley tried doing his thing, 77 yards, but he was held out of the end zone. And just like that, we are on to our Elite Eight. The right side of our bracket, so much more chaotic. Look at those double-digit seeded teams advancing. I love it, man. We are in the home stretch. And just before we finally get to the Elite Eight, it's been a couple days since I started recording this video. Remember how I was starting to lose my voice? Well, apparently I was getting very sick. This is unbelievable. I am pumped full of Tylenol, cold, and flu now. Hopefully I can make it through the last handful of games and get this video out. Anyways, I sound and feel terrible, so hope you're doing better than I am. But our first Elite Eight matchup, the 1 seed Alabama Crimson Tide taking on Oklahoma. This should be a good one. And making quick work on their first drive of the game, Oklahoma marching downfield. Joe Mixon, his foot is intact, healthy, and he scores a touchdown. Okay, the Sooners go 2 for 2 on offensive possessions. Baker finding Mark Andrews after their defense got a stop. Alabama, wake up. There you go. Bama is on the board. Bryce Young finding Devontae Smith. Yeah, this should be a good finish. Okay, or never mind. It's not a good finish. We'll watch the final play from scrimmage. Jahmyr Gibbs. Wow, nice chunk play from Gibbs for Alabama, but it's way too little, way too late. The Oklahoma Sooners 30-7. I mean, this game was never close. I can't believe it. Obviously, I'm not going to gas this up as a wild upset we could have never seen coming because Oklahoma has a really good team, but yeah, I mean, Baker way outplaying Bryce Young. On defense, though, look at OU. They were getting after Bryce Young. Yeah, that pressure, that was the difference in this game, I guess. Obviously, any result is on the table here as we move to the 4-5 matchup, LSU versus Notre Dame. Oh my goodness, Notre Dame starting this game with an interception. First possession, Kyle Hamilton picks off Joe Burrow. The Fighting Irish march down with a short field, and it's Riley Leonard in for 6. I even gave him a portrait. Oh my word, on the ensuing LSU drive, Kyle Hamilton picks off Joe Burrow. Again, 2 drives, 2 INTs. LSU is going to be in a major hole here. I mean, there's plenty of time to dig themselves out of it. Notre Dame settles for 3. What in the world? I can't believe it, man. LSU is down 2 scores with just over 2 minutes left. We got to jump in to see them in action a little bit here. LSU, I think it's going to be in a loss here unless Joe Burrow pulls off a miracle. What is he doing? He's finally taking off to scramble. At this point, it's touchdown or bust. It doesn't really matter about the clock with all them timeouts. Malik Neighbors for a first. Just go score a touchdown, Joe Burrow. He's going to take off, gets brought down. Wow, on second down, LSU actually received a pass interference call. Notre Dame did. They got called for it. You know what I'm saying? Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to punch it in. This is, okay, we might have a game here. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And here we go. Game on the line. Onside kick, Cade York. Man, well, that wasn't even close. I think Notre Dame just won this game. Again, it's not a massive upset. This was the 4 versus 5 seed game, but come on, man. LSU losing does seem pretty shocking to me. Riley Leonard's passing numbers weren't spectacular, but he was efficient. He took care of the ball where Joe Burrow didn't. This unbelievable receiving room for LSU. I mean, they did their thing. Mason Taylor was great all video, but it wasn't enough. Drew Tranquill had a couple of sacks for Notre Dame, but more importantly, 2 first quarter interceptions for Kyle Hamilton. What a superstar performance. As we move to the right side of our bracket, the 10 seed Texas Longhorns taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes, our highest seed remaining. After a quiet first quarter, CJ Stroud to Chris Olave to open the second quarter. That's a good way to get the scoring started. Texas not going down without a fight just before half. Bijan in for 6 to tie up the game. Oh, but another defensive game-changing play. Quinn Ewers pick 6. Marshawn Lattimore. OSU goes back up. What a battle this game has been. Ohio State is up 4. They have a chance to seal this game. CJ Stroud on the RPO keeper. What? Oh my gosh. what a play. In terms of true talent, Ohio State does have the better roster. That's why they're the 2 seed in this video, but Texas is hanging tough. I would love to see another upset here. CJ Stroud, clean pocket outside, and it's gonna be a first down. The Longhorns didn't protect the sticks. There's so many receiving options, as we know, for Ohio State. One more play here from CJ. Just be smart with it. He connects across the field. Chris Olave sheds a tackler, and I think that's gonna be game. Indeed, a 4-point victory. I mean, it wasn't exactly emphatic for the Ohio State Buckeyes, but a W is all that matters. I would think CJ Stroud could put up better numbers with all them receivers, but at the very least, he outplayed Quinn Ewers. Bijan tried doing his thing, 79 yards and a TD. Did have a big fumble, though. Terry led OSU with 79 yards. My boy JSN is there. Chris Olave, 104-1. The big three got it done. While defensively, a pick 6 for Marshawn Lattimore really swung the tide in this game. I mean, they only won by 4, so they needed those points. And our final Elite 8 matchup, 2 underdogs going at it, Florida State, Texas A&M. Who comes out on top? And here we go. Can Jameis Winston and the Seminoles do it again, or will Texas A&M? I mean, I knew I liked their roster. I featured them in the intro for a reason, but yeah, a little bit of a Cinderella story either way, whoever comes out of this game. And this has been probably the ugliest game of the video. Our first touchdown comes midway through the 4th quarter. Kyler to Mike Evans. Wow, what a low scoring battle this is. But look at this. That touchdown is still the only one standing. We are past the 2-minute warning. All Jameis needs to do is put his squad into field goal range. That's a huge first down, man. Trey Benson out of the backfield on the reception. Jameis, I mean, has only put up 6 points as Benson gets hauled down. I really can't gas up his production this game, his performance, but he does have Florida State in a position to hit a game-winning field goal. Jameis out to midfield. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed in Texas A&M. Their defense needs to come through right here. Myles Garrett, you gotta come screaming off the edge, or maybe old man Von Miller. The pressure's coming. Jameis, oh my goodness, a dot. I mean, really, they should be running the clock out here with Trey Benson. Jameis, he's been known to throw an interception or 2 in his career. I don't think it's crazy to say that at all, as he gets brought down. 3rd and 9. Will Texas A&M get the ball back here? I guess so. Jameis to the sideline, completes another pass. What is going on? Oh no, is Madden glitching? Do they not understand the situation? I've seen crazier things. Jameis Winston looking to the end zone and gets it. They should have been playing for 3. They said, no, we want the full 7. Jameis Winston is just built different, I guess. Texas A&M, their offense could do nothing all game. They didn't deserve to win this game, but did Florida State? I'm not sure. Look at these defensive numbers. Von Miller had 4.5 sacks. Brian Burns had 2.5 for FSU. Myles Garrett was all over the place. I mean, this was a defensive slugfest, and somehow Florida State came out on top. And with that, we are on to our final 4. Honestly, Ohio State is the only team I would have predicted being here out of our final 4. That's how you know we had some good chaos and some good unpredictability in this video. Now let's get to it. My voice is holding up. Surely we'll get some fireworks here in our final few remaining games. Just as a refresher, we'll take a look at the 8-seed Oklahoma Sooners roster. A really strong trio of offensive linemen, some good weapons on both sides of the ball, and Baker Mayfield's been a great starting QB. Yeah, this team kind of has everything. They're taking on Notre Dame, who doesn't have as many 90 overalls, but they've got more 80+ overalls. Definitely a deeper team, but obviously Riley Leonard at QB is, I mean, he's not Baker Mayfield, but he's been getting the job done. Okay, and unfortunately I had some graphics glitching out again. Doesn't matter, we didn't miss anything. Oklahoma dominated, and it was all Baker Mayfield. 291 and 5 touchdowns. Riley Leonard, good video, but yeah, your run comes to an end. Oh my gosh, Marvin Mims Jr., 10 for 162 and 2. Yeah, who needs CeeDee Lamb when you've got Marvin Mims? Okay, I'm pretty sure that's a classic slot receiver in Madden going off. I mean, whatever, the Sooners will take it. Our second Final Four matchup, the 14-seed Florida State Seminoles, the Cinderella run of the video. Obviously, their defense is carrying. They've got great, they've got great weapons defensively. Offensively, I mean, you see it. There's nothing. Trey Benson is the best, but apparently Jameis Winston, it doesn't matter. He's got some magic. He's balling out. Can he do it again? This will obviously be their toughest test. The Ohio State Buckeyes, JSN, Nick Bosa. I mean, you see the names. The receivers are insane. The defense is great. Yeah, they've got everything, but technically Jameis Winston, I mean, he's been playing better than CJ Stroud this video. Actually, I don't even know if that's fair to say. Let's just see what happens. I know it's extremely foolish of me to continue to doubt Jameis Winston, but I have a feeling we're going to see a second straight. Oh my gosh, the Buckeyes with a safety. Yeah, I kind of think we're going to get 2 blowouts here in the Final Four. Maybe not though. Oh my gosh, yeah, never mind. Florida State, first touchdown of the game. Dude, maybe the Seminoles will get the blowout here. Oh, Florida State is hanging into this game. They were leading for most of it. JSN comes through. Big touchdown reception. It's definitely not over, though. Oh my goodness. Jameis Winston to Keon Coleman. This team is magical. I don't know what else to say. 4 minutes left, and now Florida State's defense, a chance to come through again. We've seen them end multiple games. This video, 3rd and 10. CJ Stroud. Oh, he's got so much time to throw, and he's got a wide open Chris Olave. I thought we might be jumping in to see the collapse of Ohio State, but instead, oh, CJ's making plays. Terry McLaurin now first down. I mean, they're in field goal range, obviously, but I don't think a touchdown is on deck. Never mind. Is that Jeremy Ruckert, the tight end? Wow, CJ Stroud with a dot. Game on the line. I mean, the Seminoles are going to have time to come back. J.K. Dobbins is going to get the handoff, and he's going to plunge forward for 6. With Ohio State back up 4, it's going to have to be a legacy drive for Jameis Winston. A big completion. Another big completion to Keon. Oh my gosh. 21 seconds left. Florida State just cannot be beaten in this video. I don't know what to say. My mic, I'm hitting it out. This is crazy. Jameis Winston dropping back, looking towards the end zone, completes underneath. This is ridiculous. Look at all the superstars, all the X factors on defense right now for Ohio State. Jameis Winston throwing to nobodies. That's a touchdown. All right. Yeah, I don't know. They're done. Ohio State, your run is over. And with 6 seconds left, they're gonna do it again unless Ohio State, I mean, they have timeouts. They could get into field goal range here. No, you're burning too much time. What in the world, Madden? Oh my gosh. Oh, Chris Olave was open down there, but the pass was short. I have no more words for Florida State. 71 overall, Jameis Winston with no good receiving options. 396 and 3. I mean, what else can I say? That's unbelievable. Really, though, it is their defense. Like, I got to give credit. Jared Verse, Braden Fiske. I mean, they got so many pass rushers, and they're all coming through. Yep, that's it. Florida State, baby. They knock off the Ohio State, giving us a championship final. In this video, the 8 seed Oklahoma Sooners against the 14 seed FSU Seminoles. I did not see it coming. There's no need to delay any further. Let's just get right into it. Oklahoma, Florida State. I mean, I have no clue how this game's going to go. The big question for this game, can Oklahoma's talented offense penetrate Florida State's impenetrable defense? They don't get anywhere on their first drive. They do force a stop, though, and now they're driving into Florida State territory. It will be Baker to CeeDee Lamb. Uh-oh, Florida State. Are you in trouble finally? Oh, no. This has been quite the anticlimactic game. 10-0. Neither team getting offense going. We're going to see if Jameis and company have any magic. They're going for it on 4th. They have all 3 timeouts. I don't know if this is the right move. Play action, fake Jameis Winston throwing past the sticks. It's broken up. Okay. Was that really the move as Oklahoma takes over and immediately scores? I might have just witnessed Florida State throwing this game away. Jameis gets back possession, 4th and 17. Nah, it's not meant to be. What a run it was for the Florida State Seminoles in this video. I couldn't believe it at every turn how they stayed alive, but in the end, they are shut out by the mighty Oklahoma Sooners. Jameis, it was a great run, my guy. But out of the 8 seed, Oklahoma indeed walks away as champions. Maybe they were underrated as the 8 seed. Their roster was very, very good, and they came through when it mattered most. Let me know down below if you enjoyed this video. It was a little bit all over the place. I got sick midway through the recording. I'm not sure if my PC settings were perfect for the recording, but at the end of the day, I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too.